Hi, this is Dan,
This is Arsham.
and this is Exercise for Improvement and Success.
So tune in and stay tuned.
Well, we're staying tuned.
You were staying tuned.
Boom.
Boom.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
And we're back with another episode. The 5th episode. We're actually doing good.
Yeah, we're doing.
We are
stepping it up.
yeah, well, a little bit, but we're persistence. We have persistence. Yes, which
We're
is
trying.
like a very big topic.
We're trying. We're trying.
We'll have it. We'll talk about persistence. And
By the end of this show, I'll be probably really, really roasted.
yeah, it's really hot in here.
Oh yeah.
Is it just-
Can you not tell I got tanned just by staying in this office?
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Oh, the heat. The heat.
So, anyways, this is the second part for self-improvement. The other part was the fourth. The first part was the 4th episode. So, this is basically what you need to exercise and be able, like, know.
It's more of a dynamic show today, basically. So
Yeah.
we're gonna sorry, what we're gonna be talking about today is how we exercise our improvement, how we set our goals, and how we get to it. Because the previous episodes we've just been talking about like the themes, the topics, and
Yeah.
what's the basic knowledge behind
Yeah.
it. Well, today it's gonna be something more practical, and each and one of us has a different approach. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be asking myself like some questions and answering them for you. Arsham's gonna be telling you about his success wall and everything that he does. And yeah, let's get the show started.
Okay, so what do you think that people should exercise when it comes to success?
Well, there's a particular way to do it would be asking yourself what's the thing that you require the most at the current moment. And sometimes that's just paying the bill, but sometimes that's actually setting one of your goals in the future. Like, for example, you want a house because right now you're renting. Well, how are you going to get that? Talk to a financial advisor, talk to somebody who knows,
Yeah.
and even look it up yourself, and it saves you a lot of time. That's one of those things that it's like, well, you have to learn what's important to you.
Yeah.
What's your goal? And
and
what's the most important thing right now? Because
Yeah.
if, for example, if your most important goal is to put food on the table, and there are people in that situation right now, then that should be the first priority, and maybe cutting down on your tobacco use or cutting down on some of your other habits will actually help you with that.
yeah,
Which is
I
a
agree
very
with that.
serious topic.
Yeah.
But there's other people who are like, I want to do my backyard to look nice and for me to feel nice. And sometimes, well, landscaping or anything like that costs a lot of money. So what are you going to do? Well, you're going to start setting money aside and looking for the best deal on the best item.
Yeah.
So this goes both ways. It goes into the really dark side of feeding and going into the basic needs, or goes into like, I want to save up for retirement or have a boat or something.
Yeah, and also like a lot of people, they get too focused on setting goals for the future and not the present. We've talked about setting big goals for the future, and that's good. But you have to see your situation now, see where you are now. You can't avoid, if you're in a bad situation, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna do this to become successful. No, you have to change you have to change something so you become in a better situation. Once you become in a good situation, then you can think about the future. I believe that if you're in a really bad situation, think about how to get out of that situation for a period of time. Then you can set long time goals and you can know exactly what you're doing. That's a way of do it, a good way to exercise. And for me, I did that. We'll put a picture. It's basically a life goals. Yeah, there's a picture right there. And so it's two separate parts. It's like I took two posters, and one on top of it I wrote my life goals. The other one, what I'm grateful for. The life goals were basically materialistic stuff, because and traveling and going around the world, and the things I really, really want, and the things I really desire. And the second part was on what I'm grateful for. So every single day, I would write down something I'm grateful for, and I would write down at least one, and would put little sticky notes on this, on this poster. So what would happen is it would give me reasons to be happy. So, and it's very detailed. Like, I'm grateful for having a cup of coffee. I'm grateful for breathing. I'm grateful for everything. Like, I write down the littlest things that people take for granted, or even I take for granted. And then once I have a really bad day, like a sad day, I'm not feeling down, I'm depressed, I just want to cry and watch Netflix. I'm kidding, I don't do that. But once I'm having a bad day, then I think about my bad day as one thing to be upset about, and all the posts and all this stuff that I wrote down on this post are the reasons I should be happy. And always majority wins all the time. And that's a way of me exercising my happiness, which by my happiness I mean my success, to get to what I want. And it makes me attract people, because I know I'll know who I am. It makes me attract people who are like-minded as me.
Fair enough. And now into the boring part. Accounting and financial statements.
Yeah.
Part 1. Just kidding. No. Another way to think about things and setting goals is creating a financial statement. And
I fall asleep, sorry.
I know.
Just kidding.
No.
I'm interested in this because I like business and I like money and I like financial stuff.
Yeah, and well, I have a easy way because I have to usually take care of the bills. Mm-hmm. I made myself 3 shelves. One says bills paid, and at the bottom is bills unpaid, mm-hmm. or to be paid. Anyhow, and then in the middle I have extra information and things that I want to save up, or there will be expenses in the future, mm-hmm. and that's my information section. So that's one way to start looking at your financial statements. You have your plus at the top, your minus at the bottom, and your neutral right in the middle. And if the way we learned it in school is what comes in must go out. What goes out must come in. Yeah. In order to break even, your break even point goes like that.
And what's left over, it's like for your personal.
That's basically a bonus, but that one doesn't get put into this. This must be your break even box. That's what I call. But
do you put your entire your income in it? And then distribute it throughout?
No, the income goes on a separate box at the top, mm-hmm. and then I take it from there and I go in the plus or the minus. So I go with the minus. Out of the minus is the bills that I didn't pay. Yeah. They get paid. They get put in that neutral / positive box because they're done. I don't have to take care of them. Mm-hmm. And then the neutral stuff, more like I'm getting my tax revenue back, or I'm getting this back. This is not. That way I don't feel bad for not receiving it, but I don't feel great for receiving it because mm-hmm. I have to look at things objectively. And that's one way to start looking at your financial statements: positive, negative, neutral, and start looking at where you can gain money, where you can lose money, and where can you get those minor tweaks to get your satisfaction and your goal set up. So the way you have your, for example, when your income you see your pay stub and all of your money and everything like that. Well, that you see the money, you take it, it's gone, mm-hmm. and you can't see it. Mm-hmm. But if you see what you have paid and what you have not paid, it's easier. Yeah. And it's getting you organized for accounting principles and all of that. Yeah. Then when your taxes come, then it's a lot easier to see where your receipts are, because I actually created a box for my receipts that's on top of this. Yeah. My break-even box, it's all the receipts and all the money that I have spent during the year. Yeah. And whatever I can find a deductible, I will take it from that box, put it in the tax forms, copy it or whatever, and then send it. And with that, actually this year, I managed to get another $300 extra on my taxes just because of that, which is it may not seem a lot, but rather than paying $400, I'd rather win the $300.
Exactly. It's you can never say too little money. But yeah, that's a really interesting thing to say, because I've always had, not just me, with my family, but we've had this problem of we would make good amount of income, but then you would think, oh, where did the money go? Because we would spend it in the places we wouldn't keep track of.
Yeah, I know.
You know? And then like it would just go away. I'm like, oh, that was like a lot of money. Where did it go? And I'm sure a lot of people have that. So it's like when you save a lot of money and then you don't have plans for it, it just disappears, and then you're back to your job. And with that being said, it's another good way to practice success is look at the skills. Like, think about yourself. Think about what skills you have. Okay, for example, I'll give you an example. It was a family friend of, well, not family friend, but my uncle. When he was like this was a long time ago. When he moved out of the country, he's a welder, right? So when he moved out of the country, he was working as a welder, but in his spare time, he would make little sculptures from nuts and bolts and stuff, and he would make really nice sculptures. But he was a welder, so he would weld them together, and he would make really nice sculptures. So he's decided to sell these, and he actually sold quite a few of them. And the story he told me is that he would make extra money, and that got me thinking. Like, if you have a good skill, like you're painting or even like any kind of trade skill, get out there, make the company. You're not gonna be losing anything. Yes, it's gonna you're gonna have money to invest, but it's about risk. Even improving yourself is risk, because you have to get out of your comfort zone.
And yeah, and also, like, you don't have to even have a trade skill. So for example, if your best skill is talking, you can make some money being a customer service representative in your spare time, like getting that little extra income just from the things you can easily do. So for example, let's say you can fix up computers, you can set up a Kijiji ad just to fix up computers in your spare time, leisurely. Like, you just take one apart, redo it. Getting that little extra income just for the things that you like, and they come easily for you, is it's very nice.
Yeah.
And that transitions to my last piece, which is creativity. And for this part, just give me 1 sec.
You have to get up.
I'll be right back.
It's right in there. It's okay. I have to get it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Boom.
It's a motherboard. If you guys don't know what a motherboard is, it's the circuit in your computer. It's a big one.
It is motherboard.
It's
So-
Mother Russia.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so basically the way I'm going to be doing creativity is, this is fried and I want a new one. So the way I'm going to do this is, if you guys take a look over here, you see these little slits, all of them? Well, let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's another 5 on the other side.
So 10.
That's 10. That's 10 slits. Now, if I put, for example, every day, well, not every day, but whenever I get a chance, I make money on the side.
$20.
$20. That's $100 that I could be saving right there, and seeing it.
That's 200.
That's 200. My
Is it-
math is off. I'm
Yeah.
terrible at this.
$200.
But I'm advising you.
Yeah.
No.
That's a really good motherboard. $200.
Yeah, that's $200. But then you make that into two $100 bills,
Yeah.
and then you start filling this up, and
Yeah.
at the end, maybe you have a grand.
Yeah, because like whenever you save money in like a little piggy bank, like you tend to use it. I tend to use it. Like, I remember I was saving, money in my little piggy bank that my little cousin got me, and it would count my money, and like it would count how much money I have in it. And then what would happen is my friend would call me up. He's like, "Hey Arsham, like hey, I know you've been having tests. Do you want to go out? It's middle of the week, but you want to go out?" I'd be like, "Okay." I took the money out of that piggy bank, and even though it was a school night, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go spend it." I spent it. Next morning I felt like crap, but it's a good way of seeing how close you are to your goal. When
Yeah.
you see how close you are to your goal, then it comes up, motivates you, and doesn't like. Because like piggy bank, you can never like even if you have like a lot of money in it, it's always gonna be like
It's
some-
always the same thing, and people get used with that boring idea. So basically, getting creative with things like this, like filling up these slits.
And this is super geeky.
I know it's super geeky,
It's
but I
su-
love it.
it's-
I
it's-
love it.
That guy.
Yeah. So you get like $1,000. Now you can buy yourself a new motherboard. Then you have like say
$1,000 for a motherboard?
It's a badass motherboard.
That's one.
That is a badass
I don't even
motherboard.
know. I haven't even seen $1,000 motherboard. But anyways,
I will show you. I don't mind to.
okay.
Or things like this. For example, no, I'm not.
PS3 controller.
Well, yes, I'm a PlayStation baby. Just kidding. No, no. But let's say you like playing games. If you think about the way you play games, and basically you have to pay yourself a salary for playing games.
Okay.
So basically, let's say you set your rate at $10 an hour, and you've played video games for 3 hours. Now you can put aside.
But that's if you have the money. But you can also make money off playing games.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of YouTube channels. They make millions of dollars
Yes.
playing video games.
Shout out to all of them. I would like some of that.
Yes.
But no, I'm just saying, easier way, for yourself is you can set aside some money, like an hourly rate, and for every hour that you pay that, you have to put it in your savings. So at the end, you've not only played video games, but you also saved some money.
Yeah.
And that's important. And if you can't afford it, and if you can't afford to pay that salary to pay yourself for playing video games, then you have to find something to make money.
Get a job. Not create a job. Get a job.
Create a job or
Get
do
it.
something with your hobby. But yeah, I would just like to bring that up. And then my last one, which is probably my favorite since when I was small, and I would just have change, is creating little castles and trees and bridges using coins. So basically, I would take small little coins and stack them together. That would create the bottom of one side of the bridge. Then I would take coins and stack them together and create the other side. So let's say every side was a loonie high, or 6 loonies high and 4 loonies across. That's 6 times 4. That's 24.
You just have to think about you have to think about the math.
No, I don't think about the math, but I just like to make sure that I'm not saying the wrong thing. I just said 200.
6 times 4, 64. What?
Yeah. My math is awesome.
Yeah, but anyways, that's pretty cool. You go to it up to it.
And
a
the thing
store.
is, the way you would spend that money,
You take my bridge.
you make this little bridge.
Yeah.
But let's say you have 24 here and 24 here. That's $48 that you've saved. You can see it, and the only reason why you're not breaking it is because you've saved that money
Yeah.
for something more important.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
And you don't really want to, destruct your little
thing for
problem.
every little. You can't just waste those $48 for just going out if you wanted to.
Yeah.
See, you would save it for something that you always wanted. For example, I've always wanted tools or something. I always wanted a new set of screwdrivers for my computer. Well,
Of course.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
saying. Or a shovel.
yeah. Well, okay.
There are expensive shovels
Yeah.
out there. But yes, I would save it for that particular reason, and that would be my goal, and it's a lot easier to visualize it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you ever seen a video, give it a thumbs up. But anyways,
Shout out to Generic Jeff from Machinima, where it really helps us out. If you like it, subscribe it, thumbs it up, do everything to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week with another episode. And if you want us to cover any questions, business, life, mindset, philosophy,
video gaming, landscaping,
thumbs up, everything.
thumbs it up, give it a thumbs up, like it, favorite.
Yeah. So comment it. And subscribe us or follow us on Instagram. It's space. Not the space. What's
Underscore.
It called? Underscore. Yeah. Get _2, the number 2 _give. That's our Instagram. Follow us there. And also our Twitter is get2give2015. And that wraps it up. So thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.